Hi everybody, it is June, let's see now, 15th, 2022, and I thought I'd give you a little tour of what I'm up to today. We like to eat and grow a lot of kale, so as the summer progresses we go ahead and we pick a lot, and then we freeze it, and then we eat it all the rest of the year. And Timmy is right here to help us out. So what I'm going to do is just going to show you what I do in the kitchen. We do have a little attachment video, a time release of me picking the kale this morning, and then I kept it in the refrigerator out in the garage. And then after lunch we decided it is time to get it in bags. So this is what I picked, this big thing right here. Here we go. And I'll just kind of go through what we do here. So let's see, let's get a piece. So I ended up planting the kale too close together because I wasn't sure if it was going to live or not. So I kind of got overexcited and put them too close together. So this morning what I did is I went ahead and cut the ones in between. So now they're at least a foot and a half apart out there in the garden. So what I end up doing is we have the sink with the two basins in it, and I take off the leaves and just kind of dump them in the sink. I had cleaned the sink out and sanitized it best we could here before this. And you will see Hank come by, the dog, because he loves kale. And that's why another reason we have to have the fence around the garden, because he would just be there and munch all day long. So what we do, Lewis, you're helping, is get the leaves separated. When I was out there, I didn't notice any bugs or anything on them. Sometimes you get those green worms, but thus far the kingbirds have been doing an excellent job and going ahead and taking care of that. So I put it in here in the sink, turn the cold water on, turn the little sprayer on so it stays on, and just kind of rinse off if there is any kind of bug on it, or if you know, just the dust when the wind blows, you know, that's going to come up there. So I rinse off, and then the nice thing about kale is you can just hold a leaf, go like this, and voila, the leaf is off. And then I put that in the other basin of the sink. This is our pail that I put the remainder of the stalk in, or stem, and because we'll just put this on the compost pile. But as you can see, there's a starving dog next to me, so in between this I'll give him this little treat. So we'll just go ahead and do this one. That's good. And there we go. And the nice thing about kale is it'll keep so nicely in the freezer all winter, and it's great for in stews. I put in the casseroles. There you go again. There might be remnants of kale stems on the kitchen floor, but that's okay. It makes him happy. And when you bag it up, I've never like steamed it or anything ahead of time, you know, blanched it and all. It just does great. And when you're ready to use it for your cooking, the nice part about it is you don't, you know, like sometimes you have to chop things real small. A frozen bag, you just crumble it with your fingers from the outside, breaks into these lovely little pieces for the casserole. Okay, only a few more leaves left in the sink here. There you go, Hank. Better be eating it all, don't waste anything. Okay, there we go. Super. And then one more rinse. Now we got the stems off. good. Then I have little totes I got at Costco. So it's just kind of nice because they're great for like garden work. Shake extra water. And the nice thing about kale too is the water doesn't really seem to stick to it too much. But you want them to get a little bit dry before you put them in the bag. So kind of put them in here. What I'll do later is usually make a big hump pile here and then proceed to the next step. But for you guys in the video, I'll just do this one just to kind of show you the process. So I get a towel, regular towel, put it in there, and roll it up. And that really helps get any excess water off of it. One more look, make sure no critters. Looks great. I use the freezer Ziploc bags, the gallon, the big ones. These are some new ones over here, which I just labeled Kale 2022. But I also, every time I'm taking something out of the freezer, I clean the bag out when I'm done with it and kind of hang it on the little hanger and let it dry out and then put it in here so I can reuse it. So I'm not using as much, plastic. And then once, like putting it in the garbage. But once, if the zipper part doesn't work anymore because I use it so many times, then I'll discard it. So I just get the bag and put it in there. And I have filled them half full. Other times I fill them all the way up to the top. Doesn't really seem to matter because, like we were saying, the pieces, once they're frozen, will crumble so nicely and all. And then you get as much air as you can out. So usually I'll just start at the end and push down, fold it because then the air doesn't suck right back in, and go right down to the end, and then flatten it out good. And then in the freezer, I'll just stack them all on top of each other. So these will end up going out to the freezer in the work area, kind of attached to the greenhouse. So anytime I'm doing a cooking this winter when there's snow, I'll go right out there and get some. Then just make my pile here. So that's what I'll be doing for the rest of the next 2 hours or so. And if you try that, let me know. Tell me if it works good for you, and have a great, great day. Nice to talk to you guys again. Bye-bye.